AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Who's in the building, man? Y'all hit that like button, man. See a couple of y'all on the YouTube stratosphere. Hit the like button, man. AllBall, we in the mix. Knicks 1-6. Huh? We talking about right now?
You know how that shit go, man. 6 in a row, they're gonna make it seem like it's nothing. All these other teams, they win 6-7 games in a row is it's pandemonium, right? It's NBA candidates, it's championship contenders, it's but guys like me like to fly under the radar. So by the time you see us pop our head up, we in the fucking finals.
AllBall suckers.
Never know which way we go. Who's in the comments? Oh, we got some love. Surfer Dawn, pardon me. I don't remember seeing you. Not for nothing, AllBall, but zoom in, Surfer Dawn. You kind of look like Mikal Bridges.
Surfer Dawn, I ain't gonna even let him play you like that. We don't want nobody looking like Mikal Bridges.
Not right now.
But we have the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Wonder Woman is in the building. The OG of OGs. One of my favorite people. Tori B is in the building. Ladies of AllBall TV, what up? Thrill 'em guns, I see you, baby. Oh, beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Another one of the OGs of the real OGs. Darlene Bryant is in the building. What's happening? Chino Jr., what up, baby?
Chino Jr. sounds ill. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Hope everybody's feeling great.
I ain't gonna front, AllBall. I ain't trying to blow Chino up, but he sound like he doing his thing out there, baby Bubba.
Anybody named Chino, it's only two things they known for: being crazy or getting crazy. Chino, hit us in the DM. See, I get flashbacks. Shit.
See Aaron Williams. Oh, we live? I have something to listen to on the way home.
Yeah, listen, Aaron Williams, we in the building. Appreciate you for even, listen to us on your way home. Hopefully everybody had a good day at work. Hopefully everybody get home safe. But yeah, you live, baby. With us, AllBall TV. We in the building. Fabian, let's get it going. Let's not even waste no time.
At all.
Right to it.
Come on now. AllBall. Usually we got y'all with the Knicks rehab. That's at night, 8 o'clock, tap in. But we still got to touch on this. Yes, the Knicks have won 6 in a row. Yes, the defense has been way better, especially since when we compared to late last year, going into the NBA Cup against the good teams. It has been productive. And then we were going up and down. Now we're picking it up. Apparently, we're the best team in the NBA according to analytics, which we know is like, come on now. Offensively, don't we got to believe that Karl Anthony Towns has been more consistent and been more of a force? And out of all people, Jalen Brunson, again, a little inconsistent, trying to figure his way in there. OG, of course, is inconsistent, but we'll live with that. Mitchell Robinson has been getting more lobs ever since AllBall called for it earlier this year. He's his trainer on the low. Everybody else, Modi Awara, a damn rookie, is coming in here. We're clamoring. Yo, get him in the game, Mike. But why? Why is that? Let's flash back a little bit, AllBall. Let's not forget what Stephen A. said a couple weeks back.
How did you feel waking up this morning? A win is a win, but it wasn't pretty how you got there.
I'm sick. And it's not just because of the dental procedure that I had Friday.
that I'm still recovering from, with my throat feeling like I'm swallowing knives, for crying out loud. It's because I'm sick with my New York Knicks. Shams, Wendy, I know Wendy's going to have to talk to me. You're going to try. Wendy, I'm letting you know right now, I love you. You're my brother from another mother. It's not going to work. Shams, I love you too. Proud to call you a colleague. It's not going to work. I'm depressed, and I'm not going to get over it anytime soon. The Knicks ain't winning a damn thing. Let me tell you something right now. Mikal Bridges, this 6-game stretch, 39 total points, averaging 6.5 points per game, 5 of 24 from three-point range, 16 of 50 from the field, can't buy a basket. This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I want to remind everybody right now, we can say what we want. And guess what? And this is going to shock everybody. This is where I'm breaking news. The person I'm blaming most for all of this is Jalen Brunson. It's the only thing that I can blame Jalen Brunson for, who I'm so proud to have as a New York Knick. But this is all his fault. All of it. And I'm going to tell you why. Mikal Bridges, to get him to remind everybody of Shams' job, because this is the man who broke the damn story. They gave up Bogdanovich 4 unprotected first-round picks, a protected first-round pick in 2025, a first-round swap, and a second-round pick in 2026 for Mikal Bridges. Why did they do that? They did that because instead of waiting a year and signing a 5-year, $270 million max extension, Jalen Brunson signed a 4-year, $156 million extension the year before, giving the New York Knicks a $113 million discount, around that range, okay? So what do the New York Knicks do? Obviously, he saves them that kind of money. He did it so they could go get his boy, which I have no problem with. Mikal Bridges is not a scrub. He can play. He's reliable. He's out there every night. He never cheats you. He works hard, but he ain't an all-star. And so when you can't let your organization give up that much to get a dude that's going to ultimately handicap you from building a roster that can compete for a championship. Not to say that the Knicks can't compete for a championship, but you know what I'm saying. They are in a hole. And Mikal Bridges don't look like he's capable of getting out of him. And here's what Mikal Bridges has to understand that makes him look bad. You were the one seen complaining and heard complaining about Tom Thibodeau. Working cats too hard, running them into the ground, needing a break, all of this other stuff. Well, he ain't there now. It's Mike Brown. And you look worse.
And we'll leave it right there for the compadre. Hold on. Not disrespect. We'll leave it right there for my compadre, the Sinatra of my day. Did it my way. One thing Stephen A. Smith forgets about talking about there is that he did that to Tom Thibodeau, where he spoke out. Mikal Bridges spoke out against the minutes and the rotations, whatever he was complaining about. But also this season, he considered himself uncoachable at some point. So after we factor all this in and we see his recent, especially his offensive struggles, because him and Shaman have been struggling just as equally, if not the same. I don't know who's worse, to be honest, on the offensive end. And then defensively, Mikal Bridges offers more. But I digress, AllBall. Where we at with Mikal Bridges? Because, yeah, he had, 15 points last night, 14 points last night. Yeah, we're winning. But everybody else seems to be stepping up, but these two guard positions in this lineup.
So, for me, I told y'all, one thing AllBall gonna do, I may lie about my height. I may lie about my weight. I might lie about a whole lot of things. But y'all ain't gonna never catch me lying when it comes to my Knicks. I told y'all I'm staying on this nigga head top, Todd Bridges, until he gets his act together. There is no way this man can escape this. Seriously. What we gave up for Todd Bridges is insane. I'm not calling him Mikal. He don't deserve to be called Mikal Bridges. But I have to ask you a question, Fabian. I want to throw something back to you, and I want the chat to really think about this. Do we really think Jalen Brunson saved all that money to get Mikal Bridges here? I'm going to ask again. Big shout out to the chat. Big shout out to all the ladies in the building. Big shout out to all the fellas. King Speech, I see all y'all in the building. I need to ask the chat this. And Fabian, I need you to respond. Because that's a whole nother conversation. And for me, if Mikal is here because of Jalen Brunson, I have a problem with Jalen Brunson. I don't think Mikal Bridges is a player you give all that up for. I'm sorry. Brunson has to be the craziest person in the world or one of the best friends you can ever have. Because I'm not giving up $100 million for Todd Bridges. Fuck all that. So, Fabian, I have to ask you, because to me, if you believe that, then that's a whole nother discussion. Do you honestly believe that Jalen Brunson gave up money to get Mikal Bridges here?
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think we're talking about Stephen A. Smith. You don't give up $100 million to get your friend here. You give up $100 million when they tell you, yo, we're going for Mikal, but we also got a shot at Cat. And Cat's $60 million on the books. Nobody makes as much as Cat on the scene. Barely anyone in the league. They just started to make more. SGA, I think Ant-Man, couple guys, Luka. They starting to be in the Cat range, but if there's no way in Jalen Brunson's right mind, you sitting there going, I'm gonna give up $100 million just for Mikal. It's not happening. Because that, to be honest, how much pressure would you feel if I said, yo, oh boy, I just turned on $100 million, you would come over here, you would be like, that was nice of you. That was great, but why the hell would you do that? Oh, well, we're about to get, Shannon Sharp on the shoulder. Oh. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense when you land in your stardom somewhere else. Because Mikal Bridges has never been a star. It's $100 million, bro. It's $100 million. Where you getting that from? You ain't doing that without trying to amplify your stardom, the team stardom. Maybe looking for a reason for someone else to be for the blame to be dumped. Jalen, you ain't slick. You ain't fooling us. We love you. But oh boy, I throw it back at you. Do you really believe it was just for Mikal Bridges and the Nova Buddies?
Yes. Like I said, Flea alludes to this all the time. We may not like the messenger, but the message, it could be possible. Now, it's alleged because we don't know for sure. But if you're asking me, do I believe that? Yes. Yes, I do. I honestly think that's why Mikal Bridges is here. Because there's no other reason for him to be here, especially for what we gave up for him. Like, let's be realistic. I don't care what he did in Brooklyn. He isn't worth the draft picks we gave up and the money we gave him. He's not. He's only here because he's Jalen Brunson's buddy from Villanova. Like, why are we ignoring that? But for me, at this point, I don't like Todd Bridges. I'm not feeling bad for him. He got his money. He should be playing way better. Right now, I'm taking it this far. And Tory B, I love you. He's not fine. 2-3 games, okay. This has been going on for a while now, to the point where Mike Brown has lost all faith in him. Mike Brown, Fabian, is only playing Todd Bridges because of the contract. That's it. There's no other reason he's on the floor. But while we complain about Brunson, about Cat, about OG being inconsistent, about, Josh Hart, me not being a super fan like everybody else, there's one guy that's single-handedly ruining everything. And he may be the reason we don't win a championship, and that's Todd Bridges. I'm sorry, it is. It's nowhere in the world we can win a championship with your two guard playing at this level. How could we feel comfortable? How could we say to ourselves, he'll be fine in the playoffs? What makes you feel like that? Like I said, Fabian, if it's 2-3 games, then cool. But this has been going on now for a bit, for too long. And even last night against the Wizards, even when Mike Brown put him back in the game, we almost like, what the hell? But still, nothing. So for me, what we're not getting from him on both ends of the floor, that is going to be probably the sole reason why we don't win a championship. I think we could still get to the finals. Now, if he just miraculously or just, out of the blue just goes berserk in the playoffs, then I got to eat crow, and I'm fine with that. But I'm going off of what I'm seeing. If you're telling me this is the appetizer for the main course, now, of course, it's times you've had bad appetizers at a restaurant, but then the main course is good, right? But 9 times out of 10, the appetizer is trash. The meal is going to be trash. Mikal Bridges, his appetizer so far leading up to the playoffs, I don't understand how we could think he's going to be fine. I just don't. I'm not worried about Shamit. Shamit is not the guy we brought over here that we gave him all these draft picks for and that we paid all this money for to get us over the hump and get us to win a championship. That's Mikal Bridges. So for me, I don't understand how we could just sit there, and I'm not going to say defend him, but how we can't be concerned, Fabian. Right now, Tatum Bridges is a problem, and he's a major problem. I don't understand how we don't see that. And if we're going to move forward and attempt to win a championship, he has to play way better. I'm talking about what T.I. says expeditiously, right? He has to play expeditiously supercalifragilisticexpialidocious better. Because, Fabian, there's no way in the world we walk into the playoffs and go up against any of these teams and he's averaging 7 points, 8 points, and he can't play down the stretch, and he's not making just a huge contribution on the defensive end. So for me, I understand the frustration we have with Brunson at times with Cat, of course, OG. But for us to be sitting up here like Tatum Bridges is basically just looking like Tony from Blue Chips, where it's like, yo, bro, is something mentally wrong or are you just throwing games? He is horrific. And he's playing bad against bad teams. So what makes me think he's going to play great against Detroit, Boston, Cleveland, Miami, Toronto, Charlotte, Orlando? There's no cakewalk in the East, Fabian. There's not. All those teams I just named are bad matchups for us. We need everybody. We need the Avengers to assemble. You can't have nobody slacking off. So for me, I don't understand how we could just watch this man night in and night out, just play bad basketball, and we just comfortable with it. I want to know how you feel at this point. Are you comfortable with, Tatum Bridges playing the basketball that he's playing, and you're thinking he could turn it on in the playoffs?
Well, let's talk about Mikal Bridges' career for a second. He's for his career, he's averaging 14.7 points per game, which I almost don't believe, because maybe the first 4 years he went from averaging 8, 9, 13, and 14, and then he went from 20, 17, 26. Obviously, that's the Nets, 19, 17, and then 14.7. He's averaging his career average this season in scoring. That's his career average is 14.7, and it just so happens to be his season average points per game this year. And for his career, he shoots 48% from the field, 37% from three. Now, to give him more context, in the last 9 games is what we're talking about with Mikal Bridges. That's what's been frustrating all of us. So in the last 9 games, he's averaging 8 points per game. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, less than a steal per game. He's averaging a block per game. And the stocks is what everyone was holding him towards. The stocks is, steals and blocks combined. That's what that stat is. And that's at 1.6 now, it seems like, right? Then you have him shooting 36% from the field. Again, this is a career 48% field goal percentage shooter. He shoots 48% for his career. This is weird, right? For a 3-point percentage for his career, he shoots 37%. The highest he's ever shot was 42.5% in Phoenix the year before they went to the finals. So we know he's not a great 3-point shooter, He averages 37% for his career. The lowest he shot from three was last season. So this year he's shooting 36% from the field and 27, basically 28% in the last 9 games. That's what we're concerned about. And it reminded me of last year around the same time, or the inconsistent play from Mikal Bridges. Shout out to Flea. He said, yo, if he's not scoring for some reason, it feels like he's not D'ing up. So last season, he's the one who called out Tom Thibodeau, like Stephen A. Smith said. That was in the Portland game, which was, I guess, the 65th game of the season. And I went from that Portland game to the second to last game of last season because he played like 6 seconds last year, the final game to keep his Iron Man streak going, right? So those 17 games, including the Portland game, when he hit the game winner, when he called out Tom Thibodeau, he was shooting 53% from the field, 38% from three, 90% from the free throw line. He was taking 2.6 free throws a game during those 17 games. That shows me aggression. He was scoring 20 points per game. He had close to a steal per game and 0.4 blocks. So it was the opposite with the steals and the blocks. He's averaging a block per game now and less than a steal per game at 0.6% per game. Well, last year he was. That's what we're focused on. That this slump of shooting 36% from the field, 27% from three in the last 9 games. So now we have 9 more games to go, and we're giving you a sample size of when he called out Tom Thibodeau and when the pressure was all on him. I don't know if he ever put more pressure on himself than when he called out Tom Thibodeau to the New York media, and he came out and hit the game winner.
Right.
That's why it's concerning. We seen you playoff time. We seen you call out the coach in New York on Broadway. What? And he showed up. We didn't come into this season thinking we were worrying about Mikal Bridges all over again. We thought, oh, he's big time. He'll put up his career, his averages at least. And to start the season, Mikal Bridges was the most consistent Knick, above Brunson, above Josh Hart,
above everybody.
But these are the guys I'm saying that you would think Josh Hart's going to put in his effort, his triple doubles, all this kind of stuff. Mitchell Robinson struggling, Karl Anthony Towns struggling. That's when we were floundering. Shamet had a 40-point game. The other 2 guard, Shamet, was playing more consistent earlier this year. What the hell happened? Why are both 2 guards tanking? That's our concern. So we replay Stephen A. Smith's clip because he's the big mouth. He's the one who's going to vocalize this. And again, AllBall says, I got to reference you on this one, is the 3rd seed, us being in the 3rd seed, half a game behind Boston for the 2nd seed now, who are also floundering. They look like they're in bigger trouble because now they're back to the whole Tatum versus Jaylen Brown thing, which we'll gas that up for you for no strays. We want to cause some problems over there in Beantown, right? But I digress. It's a big, huge. There he goes. He said, yeah, no strays. We're here for you, baby Baba. That's both 2 guards have been struggling. I forgot about Deuce McBride, who's a hybrid. So all 3 of those guys were our most consistent players before the NBA Cup, basically. The 3 2 guards, Bridges, Shamet, and Deuce McBride, who was maybe playing better than both of them, because he was on fire, 45% from 3 or something like that. What the hell is going on that your 2 guards aren't feeling comfortable anymore? Obviously, Deuce has been, on the sidelines. I can't blame a lack of effort for Shamet because he's doing moves that, we all don't like. But the fact that I was trying to explain to you and Flea, we don't want him to do that, but he's forced to do it. Who else is going to take these shots when he's one-on-one? And at least he's creating space. Bridges ain't even doing that. He's scared to create space. That's what this thing is about. And can we get Mike Brown to, I don't know if it's a Mike Brown thing. Now that's where, when AllBall says, I'm tired of feeling like ishing on Mike Brown. Let's go to the players. That's where we're frustrated with Mikal Bridges, and to the point where I don't even know what's going on. Like, how you start like with Cat. It gets to a point where it's like, you know what? Are we talking too much about Cat, bro? So Cat gets all the blame.
Right.
And at this point, if Shamit or Bridges picks it up, I think now we can start talking about a different level. And I might be convinced to talk about championship mode on a serious level. Forget about hoping for that playoff switch. Once you get production from the two guard like this, I just seen a stat where they're saying Mike Brown is playing way more zone defense than Thibodeau has probably combined during his tenure here. So that may be what helped. To be the number one defense in 30 games against the best teams, oh boy, this is concerning with real reason. We have watched Mikal Bridges. Yes, it's New York. This ain't the Brooklyn Nets. You came over here. Your man took a discount. They traded your other guy, Dante. You called out both coaches. It's not like we think he folds under pressure. He's just he I don't know what it is, bro. And by the way, I'll leave you with this, which I always remind you of. When you watch those finals with the Suns versus the Bucks, Mikal Bridges, when they won those 2 straight games, he was killing going to the free throw line. Those last 4 games, you see the free throws drop and you see his production drop, especially in scoring all ball.
Listen, you killed that. You just made so many great points on how you broke that down with just, what he averages, his percentages. But, for me, I go with the eye test, right? And he looks scared out there. He looks nervous. How can you compete for a championship when your shooting guard is nowhere near aggressive, where he don't even get to the free throw line, right?
Yeah.
Let's be for real. He wasn't brought over here to be a fourth option. OG Anunoby and Josh Hart shouldn't be getting more field goal attempts than Tall Bridges. They shouldn't. One thing OG gonna be is aggressive. Shamit aggressive, right? All this season, all this time, we've been complaining about, like you said, Cat. Oh, he's soft. Oh, he this. The softest player on this team is Mikal Bridges. And just think about how much better we would be clearly one of the best teams in the NBA if Mikal Bridges did what he was supposed to do. You see how important it is to have that 3-headed monster? Pause. To have a trio. Look what the Lakers is doing right now. We'll discuss that later. With Braun, Reeves, right, Luka. You can go to all the great teams. You go to OKC, right? SGA, Chet, Williams. Out there in Denver with Gordon, the Joker, right? So for me, he wasn't brought over here to be a fourth option. And for everybody to be comfortable with that is insane. He was brought over here, to play a vital part, Fabian. We watched what he did in Brooklyn. We said, we got a legit 2 guard that can average damn near 20 and is great on the defensive end. For him to come here and just go downhill like this, no, we can't continue to ignore that. I'm sorry. He is very vital to what we're doing. And if he's going to be like this against bad teams in the regular season, timid, scared, nervous, right? Not aggressive, putting up bricks, not getting to the free throw line, not making great defensive stops. What is he going to do in the playoffs when things ramp up? When you playing against better teams, great coaches, right? Things get physical. Things get chippy. Every possession matters in the playoffs. What are we going to do when this guy is fading away? Just out the game. What are we going to do when Mike Brown can't play him down the stretch? You telling me a guy that we gave up 5 first-rounders for, we're paying $155 million. He was brought in to be the starting 2 guard for the Knicks. We can't play you down the stretch in the 4th quarter? We can't put you on one of the best guards on the opposing team and tell you get a stop or make it difficult? Nah. Listen, Torrey B, he made himself a villain. He made himself a villain. Cat made himself a villain. You know what Cat said? Enough is enough. Fuck that. Tall Bridges made himself a villain. We ain't make him no villain because we gave him nothing but props in the beginning of the season. He made himself a villain. And I don't understand how nobody can defend him. I don't understand how we can still have confidence in him. We've been saying for a while now, bring him off the bench. That's how bad it's gotten. So for me, we can't continue to complain and go crazy on Brunson, complain about Cat, complain about OG. You know, Josh Hart drives us all crazy at times, but we're going to sit here and just let your man fly under the radar? Nah, not over here. I'm staying on his head top. He has to get better. For us to get to that level, Fabian, he has to get better, bro. I'm sorry.
And I'm glad you brought that up with because you know we love Tory B, and it's just a matter of Cat turning it around. That's all it was, in his own way, because it got to a point where, all right, so everybody's gonna bully him. You know what? Hold on. Tory B led the way. Mo, listen, we're not gonna lie. That's why y'all said the lovely ladies of AllBall TV. They keep us in check because they're like, I've been told you that. You know how they do. I've been said that. They're going to remind you. They reminded us. So it's not that you're wrong, but who is telling Mikal Bridges this? And if Mikal Bridges understands this, last night may have been a better sign of what was going on. But let's not even forget that. The blunders that he had last night was insane. Luckily, it was the who was it? These bum at the Wizards. The Wizards, worst team in the league by far. The Pacers don't even have anybody, and they put more of an effort. So something is going on. Like last night, for him to have to be in a fog like that, that was telling. Yeah, it's the Wizards, but it's like you're in a different position right now. You're at where Cat was at. You're at where Mitchell Robinson was at for a second. Brunson has not felt this, and we're beginning to give him the business. I ain't pausing nothing, Flea. 43. Playoff time comes. We're going to see what happens, old bull, because it's getting ridiculous. In terms of our worry, are we over-exaggerating? I don't think so. We just broke down everything about Mikal Bridges as to why we believe we should be concerned. There's no way that the Knicks aren't concerned. I'm tired of Mike Brown's stocks and this, that, and the third. It's funny because Mike Brown isn't he's not talking about Cat anymore. He's not talking like he was ousting Cat.
Right.
Josh Hart was ousting Cat. Nobody's saying that now.
No.
Josh Hart hasn't said a word about Mikal Bridges. The big mouth.
Yeah, nobody.
Why not? Why do you feel like? So why does everyone feel like Cat, who's considered soft, can deal with this public scrutiny because he was a superstar for so long?
Right.
And Mikal Bridges wasn't? How come he gets the it's not in the we saw you All-Star weekend. You came out and was like, I don't want to hear about Cat. Just get in the post. Josh Hart said that. So it ain't just us, man. We see how they're reacting to each other, and we don't like it, old boy.
Yeah, just my last point. That was a great point. And like you said, we're not exaggerating this thing. Mikal Bridges led on national TV for 2 days straight. A lot of people on social media, a lot of Knicks platforms, a lot of people starting to be fed up with him. So it's not only us, it's just that we're ahead of the curve, right? And we're just not afraid to just call it out from the beginning. But you're 100% correct. And what I've been saying, Brunson, Hart, y'all guys have no problem, getting that Cat. Whether it's in the game or at the podium. Where is that smoke for y'all guy Todd Bridges? Seriously. Josh Hart, okay, you the heart of the team, you the mouth of the South, right? The smoke you have for Cat, the little subliminals, the little indirects, where's that for your guy? Jalen Brunson. I watch you show up, Cat, a couple times this season. Where's that at for Todd Bridges? So for me, if we don't nip this in the bud, if guys don't start holding each other accountable and being responsible for one another, how are we going to win a championship? Like I said, if he goes into the playoffs and he just plays out of his mind, then I'm going to repeat. I got to eat crow. I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong. But if we're saying this and doing this, Fabian, in real time, how are we incorrect? How? He has been terrible. I'm not getting mad if the bench guys are terrible. But a guy like that, we bring you in to be consistent on both ends of the floor. Okay, if you're only giving us 8-9 points a game at this point, where's the lockdown defense? Where's the lockdown defense? So, come on, man, night in and night out, whether it's a bad team, we get cooked by the guards. Cooked. Is he going to make a block or steal? Yes. But is he locking down any of these guards that's playing on bad teams? No, he's not. So, miss me with like trying to defend Mikal Bridges. Listen, at the end of the day, this offseason, he's probably going to be one of the guys that's going to have to get packed right up. Seriously. And maybe, that's starting to bother him. But come on, man. I watched Cat turn it around, Fabian. I watched Cat tell all of us, I ain't soft. I'm going to turn to the best rebounder, the best guy, double-doubles, and I'm going to play great basketball after the All-Star break. We watched Mikal Bridges do what? Get worse every game. Literally every game. More, 12, 13, 14 points against the Wizards. Bam put 83 on them niggas. You couldn't give the Wizards a 20 ball? Come on, man. So, yeah, like I said, for me, he's going to have to be the first to go. I'm sorry. I know before all this, a lot of us talked about getting rid of Clarkson or if Deuce comes up and he got to go. He has to go. I'm sorry. And I'm going to stand on what I've been standing on. For what we gave up for him and what we thought we were going to get to potentially be the best team in the East, and we get this, he's definitely one of the worst trades in Knicks history. If it ain't number one, it's definitely top 3. I'm sorry, because what we thought we were getting from watching him in Phoenix and then watching what he did in Brooklyn, and for him to come over here and just do the total opposite, a total 360. Once again, if he got a Josh Hart contract and we give him all those draft picks, then maybe it wouldn't be as much smoke. But for him to not sniff an all-star, even just somebody say, remember in the beginning of the season, a lot of people saying, OG, Mike could be an all-star. You never said that about Mikal Bridges. For him not to sniff being one of the best defenders in the NBA at the wing position. No. He has to go. He has to go. And like I said, if he plays like this in the playoffs, we are doomed, bro. Doomed. Because we rely on him. Come on, 6'6", long wingspan. Bro, we need that desperately. Don't be the reason we got to rely on Diawara and Shamit in the playoffs. No, bro, we brought you here for that. So, yeah, Fabian, I'm at this point, I'm standing on 10 toes. Mikal Bridges, next time I call him Mikal, he got to have a 30 ball, or like I said, he got to play great in the playoffs. But if he continues this, we are jammed up, bro. Sorry. We are jammed up.
Let's get to these super chats. King Speech, thank you for your $5. Oh, boy, you got to stop acting like the picks we traded for him for Mikal Bridges supposed to be an all-star. We gave up 5 picks because it's Brooklyn. Crosstown tariff. Hell no. It doesn't matter who you gave up 5 picks for. We went through the Eddie Curry trade. I forgot who asked about that. Oh, Jesse Glad said from Twitter. Was the Mikal Bridges trade worse than the Eddie Curry trade? The only thing that even puts it in the same realm is the fact that it's more first-round draft picks. Eddie Curry got traded for 2 first-round draft picks and 2 second-round draft picks. 2 of them draft picks led to Joakim Noah and I think LaMarcus Aldridge. With Mikal Bridges, obviously, you don't get the Luka Doncic effect where Cooper Flagg ends up being the number 1 pick, right? So I'm with you, King Speech, on that part. Who are the Brooklyn Nets going to draft? Even though Sean Marks, if I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, I'll be disappointed as hell because he was known to build the organization. And what has he been doing? You lost Cam Thomas, as somebody said in the chat earlier. Hilarious. But you can't say that because on top of the draft picks is the fact that championship expectations are here. We ain't have no championship expectations with Eddie Curry. And even if we did, it'll be like, it's still a roll of the dice. Want to add to that, AllBall?
I'm sorry. I said that the other day, Fabian. Yeah, we know the Eddie Curry joint was horrific. We ain't had no championship expectations. We brought in Mikal Bridges and went ballistic. We gave them a nickname, Wingstop. I was so excited, it ain't make no sense. I said, oh my God, we getting a guy. Remember, because Brunson being a small guard and not a good defender, we going, okay, he can take that position now. What Clay did for Curry, right? I said, oh my God, we got a Brunson protector now. Now we ain't got to worry about Brunson guarding, all the good guards, the quick guards, the crafty guards. Nah, we named them Wingstop. They ain't stop jack shit. At least with OG, you see flashes. You don't see shit with Tall Bridges, bro. So for me, listen, I can't defend him. Would I love to? Yes, he's a Knicks guy. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. But up here, we keep it thorough. These niggas is Wingstop like yo, Mike T, exactly. No flavors on the menu. Wingstop with no flavors on the menu. One flavor, fried. That's it. No lemon pepper, no barbecue, no Hawaiian, no sweet chili. One flavor, fried. Why? Because them niggas get fried night in and night out. Come on, man. I can't.
I must cut y'all off. One of those wings is fried only. The other one, every other night, they bring out the brush and they pour a little salt, new sauce on it.
Put a little rub, put a little dry rub. Yeah. What?
Go ahead.
That was good. One of them, you may get a little dry rub, but then sometimes, a la conference finals against Siakam, fried. Right? So come on, man. Like, hey, right? Listen, extra crispy.
No.
Look, you know how you get your wings and you give them back, right? You get the wings and give them back. Nah, these need to be extra fried. Come on, man. Stop, man. Stop. So
the Cajuns and greatest chat in the world, greatest chat in the universe. Thanks for reminding me. On top of all that, having championship expectations and the draft picks, your college teammate set records with the blue and orange on. Like, would you have figured that Dante DiVincenzo set the bar that much higher in terms of consistency? It wasn't like Dante was on fire every single night, but it was so many. You talk about moments. All right, that's for the chat. I might have to put that in a poll, AllBall. Who had bigger moments for the Knicks? Mikal Bridges or Dante DiVincenzo? Sometimes this coffee be working, AllBall. Sometimes the light bulb, bling. Who had bigger moments for the Knicks? Mikal Bridges or Dante DiVincenzo? Y'all can type it up.
No. Well, let's break it down. What moment was bigger? DiVincenzo first round against Philly or Mikal Bridges against Boston with the huge defensive plays? See, for me, I just break it down to one because it's going to be difficult. To me, I just want it where it matters. Pause. I don't care about the regular season. Which one of those were better? But Fabian, that's a great point. Because they both sealed the deal to win the game and win the series.
I'm typing it in. Who had more classic Knicks moments? Mikal Bridges. And I'll put his name first, so you're more likely to tap on him. Or Dante, Big, Ragu, I don't know how to spell his last name. So I'm just leaving it like that. Rest of these super chats. 24K, thank you for your dollar. Paying for the hate. 24K. Don't think for 2 seconds we don't appreciate that. YouTube on taxes 30%. Apple taxes you 30%. We're going to end up with like 21 cents out of that. But guess what? You paid for the hate. Love it. Dan, listen, are we watching the Lakers and Pistons tonight? Yo, jump in and jump out, old ball. Amazement. Thank you for your $5. The key to the Knicks to me is Josh Hart. If he knocks down the three, then teams have to totally change the way they defend us. Can't play 5-on-4 with us. Yo, amazement. We'll get to that tonight. I want Flea to be in the building for that. Because if I don't want to talk about Josh Hart without Flea being here. I don't want to talk about Josh Hart without Flea being here. Why? Because I want AllBall to feel all the pressure. All the pressure shitting on Josh Hart like that. Josh Hart, 9 3-pointers in a row. And Cat echoed what we've been saying. Josh Hart looks like he's not hesitating right now. When he's not hesitating, and I think anyone in life, when you don't hesitate and you feel like you're more clear-minded, you play better, you do better, you walk better, you talk better. You could stumble off a curb and you still go, ah. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's when you know charges to the game, you keep it pushing. So Josh Hart is playing with way more confidence. We'll get on to that later on tonight. King Speech, thank you for $2. I just Googled Curry. He looked like Flea's big bro. Who you talking about? Tory B, man, you 100% correct. If Cat family still being here, prayers up for his dad who's been in the hospital. Yeah, Hope Towns, she said she was Cat's aunt. The sister to Carl Anthony Sr. and prayers up to them because he's in the hospital. Carl Anthony Sr. is apparently, and can't play with that at all whatsoever. Ain't nothing even sneeze about. Yes, Flea, we are. If you're listening.
Yes, Flea. I don't know what kind of games you trying to play.
Right,
Your ass is up here 8 o'clock. Yes.
He tried it last week too. Oh yeah, my auntie Hope. Dale said my auntie. Nah. Oh nah. That's what you were saying, King Speech? That Eddie Curry looks like. He said Eddie Curry looks like Flea's big brother. You lucky OG Flea's not here, man. OG Flea will whoop that ass. Hey, we were just talking about Mikal Bridges and Landry Shamet. See, that's what Flea and myself was talking about. Once you get to Mikal Bridges, it's kind of hard to talk about that every day, but as Knicks fans, we can do it. But the big media guys can't do it. So imagine Stephen A. Smith coming on TV tomorrow and going, you know what the biggest problem for the New York Knicks is? Landry Shamet. We're going to be like, what? There's no way. And we play it because he watches. And these Knicks need to take accountability. And all of a sudden, one of the biggest bummages of draft lottery history, DeAndre Ayton on his third team? Right? Yeah, Phoenix, Portland, and now the Lakers. He said he looked in the mirror, old ball, and he's blaming himself. He said, I'm not that guy. But ever since then, the Lakers have been on a roll. And they're leading the way. Yes, more Stephen A. Smith content. Yes, it's ESPN. No apologies.
Listen, my initial answer to that is going to be no. but the jury is still out. And I'm going to tell you why. It's one thing for us to look at Oklahoma City. I see your face. I'm coming to you. It's one thing for us to look at OKC. We know they're number one. We look at Wembanyama. He's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Anybody that doesn't vote for him Defensive Player of the Year, take away their voting rights. They don't deserve it, okay? Just confiscate it, okay? He's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's got a shot to win league MVP, and obviously San Antonio has a shot to win the championship. This brother is just a freak of nature. He's absolutely exceptional. We have maligned the Lakers most of the season, particularly a 40-game stretch when they were a 500 team. That is not the Lakers that we're watching right now, Jay, and that's really the bottom line. When you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, Jay, lift your head up. The camera's on you, my brother. Let me tell you something right now. When you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, to see how efficient they've been offensively, to see how explosive Luka has been, to see how LeBron has made the adjustments, being the leader and the four-time champion that he is, and understanding who he is and what he brings to the table to contribute to winning, having played the center spot at times for crying out loud. What we've said about them, okay, can you make three-pointers? They've improved their three-point shot, okay? They've gotten better defensively, even though they're still not that great. But a great offense can make an opposing offense tight and less efficient than they're accustomed to being, because every mistake is something they believe will cost them. And I think that's what we're seeing when we're looking at the Los Angeles Lakers right now. They are clicking on so many damn cylinders, it's hard to put into words, because offensively, they're just that special. And when I watch, if you remember, Jay, last year when we watched OKC, there were a lot of offensive droughts. Their defense carried the day, because offensively, even though Shea Butter is one of a kind and what have you, you watched them and you said, damn, offensively, they get a bit stagnant at times. And with the Spurs youth, you just never know. So I wouldn't pick the Lakers to beat San Antonio. I wouldn't put the Lakers to beat OKC, but they are legitimately the third best team in the Western Conference. And the momentum is climbing, which means to me, we can't rule anything out.
Jay, seems you would disagree. Go ahead.
You're so good, man. You're so good.
Oh,
Like I swear,
Glaze?
it's next level. Because I think after that beautiful soliloquy, all that word salad, you pretty much said that you don't think they're in the same tier as the Thunder and the Spurs.
I started off.
Yeah. But then why say all the other stuff? What did all the other stuff have
Because
to do
I think
with it?
I think it could change, Jay. I think over the next few weeks, it's
That's it. And so you, my boy, big brother, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me on national TV that you are going to bet on this Lakers defense to carry them in a 7-game series if they met the Spurs or if they met OKC. And you're going to say that if in the last X amount of games of the season, that is enough to build your confidence in who they are defensively to do it. That's what you're going to say?
Okay, let me ask. Can I answer it this way, Jay?
Sure.
If the second round of the Western Conference playoffs were to begin today, the Los Angeles Lakers would play the San Antonio Spurs, correct?
Yes.
I think that's a 7-game series.
But you would pick the Spurs.
I would pick the Spurs. But I think it's a 7-game series. And so what I'm saying to you is because I think it's a 7-game, then we got Luka and LeBron in a game 7.
So what you're saying is you're doubling down on there's a chance.
There's a chance.
You're saying there's a
I'm
chance.
doubling down on there's a chance. Yes. And by the way, JJ Redick is a...
that's enough, man. That's enough of your shenanigans.
Yeah.
What you talking about? By the way. Ain't no by the way, brother. You hear it. The Lakers now have a chance. AllBall. You've been saying this since they got the perennial MVP candidate, Luka Doncic, the former perennial MVP candidate, LeBron James, who I've been called a third option for years. Never wanted to accept this role until the team forced them, the organization forced them. You're getting the big man around here. Enough of your clutch shenanigans. And of course, Austin Reeves being the number 2 option. So now you got 2 options, which Luka Doncic is comfortable with, since we said about Brunson. Luka one-on-one player, Austin Reeves one-on-one player. They mix well. And LeBron, third option, 40,000 years old. AllBall, what are your thoughts on him against the West? 7 games against the Spurs. This and that and this. What are your thoughts?
So first and foremost, HB Link, what up? You know, always got to shout out the ladies, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. If I didn't shout out Wonder Woman, you know my mind, I'm a little old. Big shout out Wonder Woman. Big shout out Cheryl Blue. I just seen her get in the building. Tori B, what up? I know I shouted you out earlier. Fabian, can we reminisce a little bit? I can't stand the Lakers. Everybody knows that. Can't stand Luka. Can't stand LeBron. Can't stand JJ Redick. I don't hide it. Everybody knows. But do y'all remember? Let's go down memory lane. Because see, any other time, the greatest editor, he have these things dialed up, right? Because when I'm wrong, they have the video, him and Flea, they'd be quick to jump me. They have the video ready when I'm wrong. But I recall, beginning of the season, one person, one man, one sound, up here by himself saying the Lakers are a championship contending team. When you have Luke and LeBron together, that's a championship contending team. And everybody pushed back. My brothers, the chat, I get flamed all the time. I'm used to it. I even went as far as saying this roster ain't as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Guys can play basketball. I got roasted. But you fast forward. Once again, a coincidence. When Knicks rehab, when AllBall TV says something, all of a sudden, months later, it comes out. Fabian, I've been saying this. But I got to give you props. What you've been saying, LeBron, he's figured out I have to be the third option. I have to let these young guys take control. Luke is by far a better player than LeBron right now. And of course, it's because of age. Excuse me. That happens, right? Guy like Austin Reeves, good basketball player, better than what I give him credit for. That young man can play. But then you have the other guys that played their part. We can laugh at Hachimura all we want. We can laugh at Ayton all we want. But those guys can play the game. And if they played their parts, this is a championship roster. I've been saying it. Everybody laughed at me. Everybody. But now all of a sudden, they win 12 out of 13, 9 straight. JJ Redick, for some reason, got to give him some credit. He's convinced LeBron. Yeah, I mean, listen.
Wait, what? Say it again?
No, I'm not saying it again now. You ain't going to get that. You give credit when credit is due. He's the coach on the sideline. No, I'm not saying it again. No, don't even waste your time. But I got to give you credit because you've been saying it and everybody was laughing at you as well, giving you a lot of pushback. And you say, yo, LeBron is a third option. If he understands that, this team will be much better. I'm just laughing because stop telling me I don't know the game. I've been saying this. This team is dangerous. They stay healthy. If LeBron allows guys to take the ring, take the crown, and allow them to be the best player, give them the freedom, don't make them feel awkward, make them feel like a brother, celebrate when y'all win, when they do the right thing, and when they do something wrong, don't chastise them, coach them up, because you know they all look up to you. This roster ain't as bad as everybody made it out to be. It just goes to show you motherfuckers don't know the game. And as much as I don't want to agree with Stephen A. Smith, the only team that I probably wouldn't pick over the Lakers over is OKC. But what my brother Flea says, what the fuck has San Antonio done to where I'm going to pick them over the Lakers? I'm sorry. So I agree with Stephen A. Smith. It's just that, once again, we don't like the messenger. But up here on AllBall TV, we've been saying that message. Been saying it. And I just would love for sometimes for people to give us our props. Yo, y'all been saying that. Fabian, I've been saying it. This team, when you have two players that you pair up LeBron and Luka, it's nowhere in the world this team isn't championship expectations. But let me ask y'all this. Laker fans, LeBron and Luka fans, the pressure has changed now. Remember, 2 months ago, it wasn't no pressure. Y'all had every excuse in the book. Now, there's pressure. What happens now if LeBron and Luka isn't in the finals? What's going to be the discussion? Are we going to revert back to the bullshit? Oh, they didn't have help. LeBron is old. Or are we going to keep it real? So for me, Fabian, JJ Redick, LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves, they have now put a target on their back. Are they prepared for the backlash if they ass ain't in the finals? Because like I've been saying, you got to get to the finals. You can't flame out like last season and win one game in the first round and think next season you don't supposed to get to the finals. No. This team, I'm going to be honest, besides OKC, if they clicking on all cylinders, nobody is stopping them in the West. They have everything. They have the player. They have the guy that has all the experience. I mean, what else you looking for when it comes to winning a championship? Now, me being a Lakers hater, a LeBron and a Luka hater, I don't want them to win. But right now, I agree with Stephen A. Smith. In a 7-game series, I'm picking them over San Antonio. Those guys are young. It's almost like the Detroit thing. Are we going to allow them to skip steps? So you telling me you go from not making the playoffs to now you're getting to the finals? I can't go with that. But for me, like I said, I think OKC and maybe Denver, because Joker's always been a bad matchup for LeBron James, right? But I know people don't want to hear it. I don't like to say it because I can't stand the Lakers. But Stephen A. Smith is right, and I've been saying it all season. I've said it before the season started, Fabian.
First of all, let's San Antonio Spurs, Lakers playoff matchup at this point would be crazy. Crazy. Wemby, the potential face of the league, the potential Goliath that the NBA is promoting against the former Goliath and LeBron. Against the former potential Goliath and Luka Doncic. That's a way for him to get his name back. Hold on, young man. Hold on. I'm that dude. I've been to the finals. I've been here before. And it's great that you said that because you have the Rockets who are now trending downwards. The Nuggets, OKC, and the Spurs, everyone has them ranked for different reasons. The Nuggets and OKC has to do more with experience and obviously winning and showing improving already. The Spurs is all about potential. The Lakers right now is all about potential. But even that potential is like, yo, hold on. Bron's been there. Luka's been there. Hey, did we forget? I started this segment off by saying DeAndre Ayton's been there. He's now a veteran, and they're turning this thing around. Can they look at the Spurs and LeBron go back and look at his Nuggets series when he was with the Lakers and they beat the Nuggets to go eventually win a championship and say, listen, we got Wemby kind of figured out. Yes, he's a monster, but there is a way to guard him. He's not in year 28 bulked up yet. We can get him out of his zone. Similar to Kevin Durant when he was younger. You push him out, get physical with him. And the one worry for San Antonio would have to be De'Aaron Fox because he got Clutch Player of the Year award a couple years back, deservedly so. I don't know. I think De'Aaron Fox got the most vicious step back maybe in the history of the NBA. Because that thing looks legal. That's legal in any era. He's going to have to perform in crunch time. He's the one who didn't come through in crunch time against the Warriors when they went 7 games when he was on the Kings. So on the reverse side of that, you can't tell me Luka ain't clutch. Even though LeBron James, you can go with whichever route you want to go to him during crunch time moments, he might not shoot the ball, but more than likely, he can dish it off to the right guy. And to have the options of Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic there, has he ever had that? No, you got maybe we go back to Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. That's the last time LeBron had that option for a grenade play in crunch time situations. Do the Lakers have pressure? For me, it feels like because they were so inconsistent this year that they're playing with house money more so than anything else.
Sorry, I disagree. I don't think they're playing with house money. I don't think they ever was playing with house money. We know the game, Fabian, and we are very smart. The chat very smart. A lot of these people are very smart, even though we always got some slick to say, but no. They ain't playing with house money. When you have Luka Doncic and LeBron James on the same team, and then you have an Austin Reeves who's playing is just playing out of his mind. And then you have a coach that people consider the next Phil Jackson. Ain't no house money. That's the media trying to spin it like they playing with house money because they are, they covering and defending LeBron for the just in case. But the smart people, listen, on this one, I was dead on from the beginning before the season started. I said, this is a championship contending team. You know what they is? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You do not pair up Luka and LeBron for nothing less than a championship. Now it's on them to do their part. We've seen LeBron with those Cleveland Cavalier teams 10 seasons straight get to the finals with lesser talent. So don't tell me he can't do it. Now you have a Luka. Now you have a legit third guy, maybe a second guy as far as scoring in Austin Reeves. Now you have Ayton and Hachimura and them guys understanding their role, because that's the difference between championship teams and championship players. Understanding your role and playing it at a high level. I'm not letting nobody get away with that nonsense. Fabian, they not playing with house money. They all legit. They been legit. It just took them time to figure that shit out. But you do not pair those two up and don't tell me that ain't championship contention.
But you can't go from JJ Redick doesn't deserve a job. He's shown me nothing. I ain't watching his podcast to this. He ain't. If you didn't think he was a championship coach before, you wouldn't think so now. And I thought he would be. But for him to get LeBron to buy into this in his own way, because regardless of how he steps to LeBron, he gets LeBron to buy in, it's his job for him to do so. The same way we want Mike Brown to do so with Cat and Brunson and Josh Hart and the whole Knicks organization. So Luka Doncic has been in this position before in terms of pressure, but right. They weren't a defensive team the whole year. We never thought of them as championship contention, even though you were going with, hold on, these are two legends in basketball damn near. Luka's there already. Damn, if he would have to have a dramatic drop off to not be a legend going forward. So with that being said, of course, but none of them play defense. None of them could guard your yard, as homie says in the comment. I forgot your name, bro. Whoever says that, I want to give you your props. I just feel like it's going to be fun, and it would take one of the most legendary runs in NBA history on offense for Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves to get to the finals.
So great point, right? But I don't think so, and let me explain why. Let's be realistic. The Denver Nuggets team is not the same, right? Aaron Gordon is injury prone. For some reason, Bruce Brown isn't having the same effect, right, that he had when they won the title. So for me, the Denver Nuggets aren't as good as people make them out to be. I've also said that, and people thought I was crazy. Let's be realistic. The Clippers, trash, right? They can make it competitive with Kawhi Leonard. But let's be realistic. Trash. Phoenix, good team. I'm not picking Phoenix over the Lakers. Stop it. I hate the Lakers. Let's not get it misconstrued. This segment is killing me that I have to give them props. But we have to be honest. There is two teams standing in their way. That's OKC and that's San Antonio, only because San Antonio has been playing great basketball. But if you telling me, what are you going to take? I'm taking experience. I'm taking the guys that been there. Like I said, to me, San Antonio is they're getting there, but you're not telling me San An being that young is going to beat LeBron and Luka. I'm not going for it. They got to make me a believer. So for me, Fabian, by default, Houston ain't living up to what they were supposed to be. Injuries, no point guard. Steven Adams isn't there. So let's be realistic. Who's picking Houston? Minnesota. Listen, Ant-Man got a shot. So, excuse me.
Hold on. They punked the Lakers last year.
Right. I totally forgot. So, excuse me, chat. Minnesota, OKC, and I got to throw San An in there because the season that they're having is just insane. I don't believe in Denver how I used to. But for me, Fabian, those three teams, besides that, who else is a threat to the Lakers? Like we got to be for real.
I think I agree with you with the Phoenix thing because Phoenix has a lot of what every team in the league is missing. Maybe besides the Pistons, the Rockets. Oh, no, not the Rockets anymore. Who else is in that chippy business? Maybe the Hornets, because the Hornets, they come back with the chippiness to the Pistons. But that's what the Lakers are missing. OKC, everybody's missing that. So Phoenix will give the Lakers maybe a 5-6 game series and make it tough for them. So I agree with you there. But the Timberwolves, OKC.
Hold on, Fabian. Real quick. Thunder number 1, Spurs number 2, Lakers number 3, Houston number 4, Denver number 5, Minnesota number 6, Phoenix 7, Clippers 8, Trailblazers 9, Warriors 10. It stops right there, right? Let's be realistic, bro. Suns, Clippers, Trailblazers, Warriors, pack them up.
Right.
Pack them up. So now you have Thunder, Spurs, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Minnesota.
Those are all the teams that they can go up against in the playoffs. And the first team being Minnesota.
Right. But what I'm saying is, for me, right, I don't believe in Houston. I just don't.
That's fine.
Spurs experience. I love the Spurs. They too young. I'm sorry. Make me a believer. So now you have OKC, you have Denver, and you have Minnesota. The point I'm trying to make is, bro, they are in the mix. They are in, and to me, Denver is not as dangerous as people are making them out to be. I'm sorry. Jamal Murray, Gordon, love them. Niggas is injury prone. The rest of that cast, they got to play like perfect basketball. Denver reminds me of us in the West. We got to play perfect to win. Denver has to be perfect, and the Joker's going to have to average a 40-point triple-double. I'm just saying, if we're going off of real time, we got to admit the Lakers right now, out of everybody's playing the best basketball. They just won 12 out of 13. Luka averaging 34, 8, and 8. LeBron has just found another fountain of youth. Austin Reeves is legit. Ayton is now told himself. He said it. Yo, I see the role. I need to play. Hachimura hitting tough shots. Listen, to me, the only thing that stops him is just a weak bench. But I gotta give it to them with the experience. I'm sorry. So, like I said, for me, I give 3 teams that's a threat to them: OKC, Minnesota, and San Antonio. But to me, San Antonio is 50-50 because of the inexperience. I'm being honest, bro. The Lakers might pull this shit off. It'll drive me crazy. But imagine a New York versus LA finals. How much money that is? You know how much exposure, how much just advertising that is? Are you kidding me? You don't think the NBA is praying for that? You don't think the NBA right now is happy that the New York and the LA team is playing great basketball right now, both on winning streaks? Just saying.
Tory B, think Tori B said Luka's playing the best basketball. Luka's playing basketball like his life depends on it. Also, she liked both streams. Tori, thank you very much. 24K, thank you for your $2. Are y'all doing the Pistons game tonight? What time is that game, man? That to be honest with y'all, that's all that meant. 7 p.m.
We will get back with y'all. I'm going in the group chat right now. I'm asking Flea right now. Yes. Hold on.
Oh boy. Listen. If you need my vote on the air, you got it. 7 p.m. Tuck myself into bed by 9:30. Sounds good to me. It sounds good to me.
Hold on. No. You know how I go. Chat. I need 10 Josh Harts. We not playing no games with y'all. Chat. I need 10 Josh Harts. And we need some of the OGs, the Knicks people. I need permission from my Knicks people. I love Detroit. I know we got smoke. I need permission from the Knicks people. Are we going live Detroit versus LA?
But dress it up right. Dress it up right. Because damn, I forgot which one of y'all said in the comments. Recomment that. The NBA rescinded Luka Doncic's technical against whatever team, against Bazzotti, against Orlando, whoever it was Bazzotti plays for now. So he can play tonight against the Pistons. That technical ain't no longer under review. Jerome Griffith. I love the Hearts. Actually, I'd rather that than the actual Josh Hart. So thank you, Jerome Griffith, for minding my feelings. I might watch it too because I put bread on. JMNYC, you definitely gonna at least watch. You can watch with us. We'll let you know what's going on.
Hate watch. Listen, I love it. Yeah, the hate watch. Listen, my thing is this. I love when our OGs, our original gangsters, Darlene Bryant, like I need some of our Knicks people. Because I told you, I look for permission. You ain't gonna have me crossing over going to the other side. No. Mike T, of course, Darlene Bryant. Yeah. Yeah, the hate. Hate watch. All I'm gonna be doing is hating. I can't stand the Lakers and Detroit. But yeah, Fabian, I'm all for it. To be honest, like I'm all for it.
No strays. Thank you for the thumbnail confirmation. Lakers versus Pistons. The hate watch party, 7 p.m. Remember, Flea can't get here at that time, but he'll jump in whenever he can. Because you guys know he's gonna go crazy. All Ball's gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. We're in the mix, All Ball. We're in the mix. Hey, let's not forget. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I'm sorry. The poll is in. The poll is in. The Lakers, are they a threat to come out west? To come out of the West, All Ball?
What's the poll?
Are the Lakers a threat to come out of the West? Yes. Got 23%. And a resounding hell no got 77% of the vote. The Lakers, the chat has spoken. The chat has said, hell no, the Lakers ain't coming out the West, damn it.
You see what Flea said? Look
Flea.
at Flea's comment.
Flea, get your tie in order. Get some Uber Eats. I'm going to call you after this too, Flea, so get ready. Get ready.
Fabian, real quick before we jump off, right? I just put something in the group chat. Can you put that up there so they could?
Yeah, I got you. I just want to do more topic.
All right, but also he wants to collab. I don't know how to do that. He sent me
We got all that.
He sent me a link.
So save that for when. I just want to do it now before we get to the last topic.
No, I don't care.
Come on.
He said, here's the link to collab. I don't know. So how do I do that? Do I just send it to you?
Yeah, we'll do that in a second.
All right.
Let's see what All Ball's talking about. Huh? What's All Ball talking about, ladies and gentlemen? I told you the other day, you guys didn't listen to me. You thought I was joking. Yeah, it's big things being done here. Big things. Shout out to the voice of the valley,
Allentown, PA.
Allentown, PA. You heard the man. You see it there. Voice of the valley. Interviewing All Ball from AllBall TV. Voice of the Valley, VOV. Subscribe to their channel. Obviously, they just started. Hold on. Why am I not doing my due diligence? Keep it simple for y'all. Link is in the chat. Go click on there, put the lights up. Show them how we show love. Greatest chat in the universe. Greatest chat of all time.
And just real quick before you play that little clip, big shout out Voice of the Valley, man. Some great young brothers. They got a dope platform. I know the numbers might not, speak for them, but we all know numbers is in everything. They have great content. They have great guests up there. And I had a great time with those brothers, man. And if y'all get a chance, we're going to try to collab so it can be on our platform as well. But we need y'all to listen to the whole conversation. It was just ill. I loved it. And y'all love it too.
Here's a clip of All Ball on Voice of the Valley. Voice of the Valley.
Like you said, my name is Tucson Moss, aka All Ball. We mostly talk NBA and the Knicks because all three of us are diehard Knicks fans. That's the Knicks. That's what they do. Knicks was so focused on Boston that they underestimated the Pacers. LeBron and Luka doesn't get along. Lakers is a mess. You allow a podcaster. That means one of us could have coached the Lakers. He's the worst GM ever. But the Luka thing, I think the glaze for him needs to stop. He literally gets away with playing no defense. Magic Johnson at the 1. Michael Jordan at the 2. Larry Bird at the 3. Tim Duncan at the 4. Shaquille O'Neal at the 5.
1, Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. 2,
Not
of course,
physical enough.
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Number 3, LeBron James.
Okay.
Number 4, you're not going to agree with this, Jokic. The 5, Shaq.
Clyde at the 1. Houston might have to be at the 2. Melo at the 3. Bernard King at the 4. Pat at the 5.
Welcome back to
Voice of the Valley. There they go. All Ball. On broad broader than Broadway. What? On broad. Stop playing with me. Flea, you ain't in here to compete, to embarrass yourself, huh? With the angelic voice. Oh boy, how did that feel? Tell us about the Voice of the Valley.
So yeah, man, those guys, they have a league out there in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the American Christian League. The young man Kia, he runs it. It's his 3rd year going on the basketball league. My son plays in it, but just some great young guys, man. And they have their own podcast called The Voice of the Valley, and they love what we do up here. And he wanted to talk to me, and it was just a great time. The hospitality was beautiful. They asked some great questions. They're young, so a lot of players older, like they never even heard of, right? So for me to just be up there and just give them a whole lot of knowledge on just a whole lot of stuff. They asked me about my Knicks all-time starting 5. Then it was my all-time starting 5 against his all-time starting 5. But just great conversation from NBA to street ball to just life. But just had a great time with those brothers, man. Big shout out to them, Voice of the Valley. Like I said, y'all, go check it out. Get those likes up, get those views up. But it was dope. That was one of our best interviews. And we were live for an hour, and it was no hiccups. It just flowed beautifully. But had a great time with those brothers, man. For real. Great time. Big shout out to them.
Voice of the Valley, go check them out. We're gonna put a collaboration up. Thank you, Flea. Run that interview up, hit the like, subscribe to them. We'll get in contact with them as we can collab, make it easier for you guys to see what's going on there. JMNYC, watch your mouth. He said I sounded like a frog imitating Barrington Levy. I will never stop it, man. JMNYC.
I have a idea. Why not do Knicks rehab and then we cover the 4th quarter of the Lakers versus Pistons?
Okay. But the game's going to be on.
Listen, our people in Knicks rehab coming here for us. I mean, it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all. We got a couple hours to think about it.
Yeah, we do.
We got a couple hours to think about it.
We definitely do. We got a couple minutes to think about this, old ball. T-Mac ain't playing. Came out here, been in the league. Carmelo, his partner in crime over there, kind of warned Jason Tatum about what was up ahead of him. And this was T-Mac's response to the Celtics on their recent slippage.
It's really just finding out the rhythm of the team now, of the other guys when you insert a guy like JT. I don't want to say it seems out of whack, but their shooting has gone down since he's been here. So it's really like, guys, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, are we running the same stuff that we ran before? Are we still on the same page, or are we divided because, we're not playing our same game? I'm sure there's a lot mentally that these guys are going through because of the insertion of JT and them not playing the same type of basketball that they play individually, not shooting the ball extremely well. So they struggled with Memphis the other night, and they struggled tonight against a team that doesn't have their best players. So I'm sure there's some questions. It's
What?
Do not call Pistons game. Go find that nigga's channel. Y'all was gonna make decisions without me? You thought I was gonna pop up? Call the fourth quarter, do this, do that. Fuck the Pistons, man. Fuck out of here with this. We about to entertain these niggas. Y'all thought y'all was gonna leave. Y'all see I'm disheveled. I'm working, I'm trying to watch. I'm like, oh nah, let me jump in the studio because these niggas is bugging. They got the Pistons trying to get y'all to. Y'all don't work. We don't work for the Pistons. Fuck the Pistons. We work for the orange and blue. Fuck them. Call A games. Find a channel to do that. Sherwin, what up? We can't hear you.
Watch this. You ready? Just real quick. Are you ready? Fabian. I knew he was going to react like that. I knew he was going to react like that. That's why I said that in the group chat, just to get that reaction. And you know what? He 100% right. Fuck the Pistons. Go to that bum-ass nigga with the patches on his face.
Find that dog face.
Do a watch party with that nigga.
Go let him call.
Fuck y'all. Yeah. Gotcha. Fuck y'all thought. The fuck y'all thought.
That's my question. I asked you 2 times. That's mint? What is that?
Oh, yeah, that's mint.
Yeah, it's mint.
That's mint?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
I ain't like it. Also,
that.
you were trying to trigger me in the comments.
I was. You wasn't answering me, so I got to look you eye to eye.
I answered you on Facebook.
I didn't see that.
Big baby, what up?
You told me the first time you seen. That's why I said, "What's that? Why? I know you lying.
Chat,
you know a dude really likes you. Men play third grade games with each other for the rest of their life, for the rest of our lives.
Forever. I ain't about to act like I'm about to stay here though. I gotta work. I'll see y'all later.
Gotta work. We don't. He says we work for the orange and blue. Oh, back for Dolan. Dolan's calling you. He said we work for the orange and blue. No the hell out there. Cut me no checks.
Yo, man. When I don't gotta work, when y'all can retire me too, then I'll be here. When I can quit my job, like AllBall quit his job, then I'll be here. Until then.
So you heard it here again. Heard it here first. We fixed the chat cash app, by the way. ABTV3, AllBall space TV. If you search for it on Cash App, it's ABTV3. Also, click on our Instagram, AllBall TV. It's 3 underscores. You'll see the AllBall TV logo. The old one doesn't have the logo anymore. So you'll see that's the difference between the two accounts on Instagram. The AllBall TV underscore, 3 triple underscore. It'll have the AllBall TV logo on there. Please follow us on there. We're trying to get that up so we can, do what we got to do on there to get this thing going.
DM me for my personal Cash App too if y'all need that. Just shoot me a DM. Just let me know. Y'all need the personal Cash App. I'll send that to y'all as well.
ABTV3 is the cash tag for all retirement funds.
Yeah, I love it. I love the chat. I love my brothers. Let me go back to
see you at 8 o'clock.
Working for Dolan. For the Dolan guys, yeah.
I ain't never seen a mint colored Carhartt Scully in life.
That's the same color as in the junior mint.
Nah, it's a fact. I've never seen that color.
It's all right, man.
You got them with them shades off a canal?
Nah. Hold on.
What?
Never. Nah,
Nah.
these joints, the shades always come. Always come out.
Always.
Authentic is me,
Always.
baby Bubba.
Always. Peace to the chat. Peace to everybody.
See you later.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
JMNYC. Yeah, Fat Italian. Of course, Fat Italian would laugh at that. Savagery. Pure savagery, old boy. But let's get back to it. T-Mac. Yeah, he said 24K said, you know, Carhartt's a Detroit brand, right?
They're gonna make sure they seen and heard. I tell you, boy. I tell you,
My
the
Detroit
beautiful,
players.
the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Cherokee is in the building. Cherokee, what up, baby?
Yo, Tendrell, chill the hell out. He said that's the mint chocolate chip to all balls.
Yo, Tendrell, come on. Now you got me thinking about butter pecan. See what I'm saying? Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie, mint chocolate chip, I do like it. It's not quite butter pecan.
It's right under. For me, if I can't get the butter pecan, I'm doing chocolate chip or the mint. I prefer the regular, but the mint, legendary. Chocolate chip. Do your job, Fabian, because now
You distracted?
I'm starting my diet again tomorrow. I started my diet tomorrow.
Let's get to it. You hear T-Mac, Celtics, they are floundering. Get the correct. They are in their last 10 games, they're 6-4. They just lost the game. I'll pull up Jason Tatum's number while you speak. But what are we thinking now? The second seed, we had it before. Celtics creeped up as we were slipping, and now we're a half game behind them. So according to the standings, the Knicks, if they win tomorrow, they'll be in tied for second place. But I don't agree with that. We don't have the same amount of losses. So I wait until the Celtics play on Wednesday, see if they can pull it out against OKC. Hopefully they don't get that second seed. What do you think about T-Mac saying Celtics they ain't really meshing with Tatum right now?
He's 100% correct. You got to remember, he played in this league at a high level, and he knows what it is to be injured and come back, right? So you got to remember, he's probably looking at it from that standpoint. Remember, that was a major injury, Fabian. And T-Mac is probably, what he really wants to say is, yo, dog, if you came back in the beginning of the season, then okay. But them trying to acclimate you into the offense now and try to force feed you a little bit, my opinion, Boston rushed them back. Even with Tatum, they're not winning the championship. They don't have enough pieces. Have they had a great season? Yes. Has Jaylen Brown played great and just made himself an MVP candidate? Yes. But let's be realistic. They're not better than us, and they're not better than Detroit. Kay Cunningham will be back. So, and I don't think they're better than Cleveland, fully healthy. I just think, Boston, they just overachieved this season. They caught everybody off guard. The coach is a good coach. And, those guys just had a lot to prove. And to me, by them catching everybody off guard, yeah, you're a 2 seed, but let's be realistic. I don't think no one with real basketball sense is picking them against the Knicks or Cleveland or Detroit if those teams are fully healthy. Like I said, Tatum has to be very cautious, Fabian. He's still not comfortable, right? So yeah, I think Boston was silly for rushing him back, especially if it wasn't guaranteed a finals appearance. Now, if they had another piece there, then maybe I can, but I agree with T-Mac. T-Mac knows what it is to come back from an injury like that, and he knows what it is for now Tatum to be on that team, and it just kind of messes everything up, right? Everybody had their role. Everybody was getting shots. Everybody was doing what they had to do, and now Jaylen Brown has to share the spotlight. Now Pritchard and White, those guys have to share the spotlight. Tatum is their brother, so now they got to kind of try to look out for him at the same time, trying to do their job. So for me, I think it was terrible timing. I don't know why Tatum even attempted to rush himself back. I don't even understand how the organization allowed him to rush back like that. Like, they should have some pushback. I don't get it. So when people say Celtics is a great organization, one of the smartest, yeah, in the past, but this season, allowing Tatum to play and come back was a terrible decision. So I 100% agree with T-Mac. I don't know what Boston was thinking. I don't see them getting far in the playoffs. I don't. And like I said, if it's against us, Detroit or Cleveland, fully healthy, and even if they're fully healthy, they're not really healthy. Because Tatum coming back right now, he's not healthy. His confidence isn't there. He's struggling. So, I think Tatum, I don't think it was done purposely, but Fabian, he put that coach and that team in a bad spot. He put them in a bad spot without even realizing it. I think now Jaylen Brown could look at Tatum and say, it's a selfish move, bro. Selfish. Why are you coming back? Because now what happens if we don't get to the finals? So for me, I agree 100% with T-Mac. He makes a great point.
And the other thing to that is we, as basketball fans, grew up, we were watching what Grant Hill's injury in the playoffs when he played for the Pistons against, it wasn't all, maybe Atlanta. I forgot who he was playing against when he injured his ankle and he tore it up, went to get surgery before he signed with the Magic. He had a staph infection, all kind of things that he went through. But because of that injury in the playoffs, he had injured it already and he went to go play. And he ended up getting surgery and damn near ruining his career, but he came back to be almost at an all-star level. He still played really well to the point where it was like, yo, damn, what if he never got hurt? Because he was, Grant Hill was a phenom. And we saw after Grant Hill's injury, the Spurs sat Tim Duncan down when he got injured in the playoffs. The Mavericks sat down Dirk Nowitzki when he got hurt in the playoffs. So we grew up with this, looking at it as basketball fans saying, oh, they never going to put somebody in the game, right? Fast forward to the load management era, it's even more of a shock, even though they say the medicine is more advanced, science is more advanced. The load management that takes place now, it's still a shock that the Celtics will want Tatum to be out there. Tatum, since he came back from injury, has averaged 13.5 points per game. He's shooting 38% from the field, basically 39, shooting 29% from three. The only two games he shot well from three were against the Warriors and the Mavericks. The Warriors are floundering. They're in 10th place, but they're really in the play-in. I can't see them. We wouldn't be surprised if they got bounced out of the play-in. And Draymond was just talking about that, how he can't believe they're always in the play-in and the wall is spinning or whatever the hell, he's dizzy, something like that. And of course, the Mavericks, they're led by Cooper Flagg, young kid. So he scored 15 in that game against the Mavericks and 24, his season high against the Warriors and against the San Antonio Spurs, which he had a decent game against them too. No, he didn't actually. He shot 41% from the field and 28% from three against them. They've played the Mavericks, the Cavaliers, the Spurs. OKC, he missed. He was inactive. Funny. Then he plays against Washington, Phoenix, Golden State, Memphis, and Minnesota. They got spanked by Minnesota last night, even though they lost by 10. Minnesota was without Ant-Man. So the real competition was Minnesota last night, the Spurs, and the Cavaliers. They beat the Cavs, lost to the Spurs, lost to the Timberwolves. So they're still 6-4 in their last 10, like we said, but they're playing the Mavericks. They lost to OKC. They're playing the Wizards. They beat Phoenix, which was a good, tough matchup. They beat the Warriors, not much of a matchup. And then Minnesota comes in there with Ant-Man, who's not playing any games. I guess his energy is around and thriving in Minnesota. And we know Randall being here, he loves playing Boston. He's physical. What are they really going to do with him if you're without Horford and all the veteran leadership at the front court to deal with Randall. And even when they were in Boston, he just had a field day with them. So I think it's fair to say that, but at the same time, for him to be moving that way, if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm just relieved that he's playing well, but you're praying every day that nothing happens to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're praying every day that nothing happens to him. Mike T said he don't have the same pop and explosiveness, and you don't expect him to.
Yeah.
You don't expect him to, which is part of the deal, because if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm okay with the way Jaylen Brown was shining. Like, was the Celtics, in your mind? I throw a question at you. Do you think they were pushing Tatum to come back to deal with the Brown confrontation as an organization? Meaning, we don't want him to be the star. He's Mr. most interesting man in the universe kind of deal, and you really can't control what he says. He's not too PC. You're a PC. We want you to be the head of this thing, and we don't mind you guys having friction, Shaq and Kobe and whatever. You guys seem to get along, but we'd rather you be the lead dog on this all ball. Is that part of the reason why you think they push him to come back?
I don't know for me, I don't know if they pushed him to come back. Honestly, I think he pushed himself to come back. And, I'm surprised the Celtics, I don't want to say allow, because that's a strong word, but I don't understand how they let him come back. I think I like Tatum, right? But I think this move was very selfish. Very selfish. And if I'm Jaylen Brown, even though he's my brother, I'm looking at him different. Like, yo, bro, what do you come back for? Because I'm an MVP candidate? Because maybe now the talks around the organization, around the fan base is, are we better with or without Tatum? Like, I'm just saying, for me, I don't like that he came back, and for the front office to agree with it, even the coach. A coach like that, I don't see him being comfortable, and especially his first game back, he started. And you could tell they was force feeding him the ball. It's different if he's coming off the bench, right? And he's trying to work his way back in. So for me, I don't see him making a big impact in the playoffs. When you know the playoffs is way more physical, right? The refs swallow the whistle pause a little bit more. And for him not to be at full strength, I don't understand how he's going to make a difference. I just think it was very selfish of Jason Tatum to come back. But Fabian, I don't know if I don't think the organization forced him to come back. I think this was all him. And I think he might have gave them an ultimatum. Because for them to just fold like that and just allow him to come back, I would love, years from now to understand like what really happened. Why would no one ever came back this early from that type of injury? No,
they did. They showed that he was like the
half a
third
season?
or fourth. Yeah, not half. It's beyond half a season, but it's the amount of time that it took. It was like 200 and something, 80 something days. Now I'm telling you, they had either KD. They had a list of fastest players to return from the ACL.
Right. And what happened to the players that returned that quick?
Remember, they were all good. Oh, the first year, no.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I don't wish I don't nobody, but a lot of these guys that rush back, they pop that shit again. I'm sorry. So a guy like that depends on that explosive, that first step, his athleticism. That's what makes him great at that size, 6'8", 6'9", right? So if you can't bring that to the table, to me, you're hurting the team. And like I said, if I'm Jaylen Brown, if I'm that coach, I'm giving Jason Tatum a little side eye, like, yo, bro, why you really came back, my dude? Like, seriously. So I can't wait to see, who they match up with in the playoffs and what happens when they meet up with either us, Detroit, or Cleveland. And then we'll see.
You brought up an interesting name there, the head coach, who I think at the very least we all respect. And Joe Mazzulla, I can't see him allowing Jason Tatum to get on that court to start if he didn't feel like he was good. Like, they're in tune with the medical staff. I mean, MIT is right there. There's so much that goes on in that area of the country for them to really miss out on this. It is cold over there. It ain't Phoenix. Like Phoenix is known as the rehabilitation team organization. They really get their players back. Shaq and a lot of guys, they went over there to get their life back in order, their body back in order. So if he wasn't ready, I don't think Missoula would allow him to go on there. And I did start off by saying the Spurs sat Tim Duncan and they sat Nowitzki, but I think they were all wanted to go in there. They all wanted to play. Obviously, Grant Hill wanted to play. Tatum is always being made fun of online for being, impersonating other players, their celebrations, their fadeaways, and he's a Kobe disciple, so proclaimed. I don't believe any of these people have anything like Kobe. Maybe besides Ant-Man, he's only most competitive guy. Wemby, certain guys are that competitive. I don't know if Tatum comes off that way, especially him being so he can avoid contact sometimes for being that big, and he can be passive, right? But he might have had Kobe in mind, like, yo, what will Kobe do? He would try to push for as soon as possible.
I haven't heard anybody ask this question yet. Big shout out Fat Kism. I like that. You ain't got to put it up, but I like what he said.
Well, Halliburton got injured later on.
I know, but I'm just saying still though, right? But I haven't heard anybody ask this question yet. I want to ask you, Fabian. Does Jason Tatum come back if the Celtics are not a 2 seed?
It would be easier for him to come back then. Like if they were a playing team, I'm trying to save us to get back into the playoffs, and it will be a different narrative. Does he come back? I think it's hell no. If they're out of the playoffs, he ain't coming back, right? So now what if they're a playing team? Does he come back? I throw the question back at you. If they're out of the playoffs, I think we both agree there's no reason for him to come back. But if they're a playing team or they're a bottom 4 team in the playoffs, what do you think?
Hell no. See, Jason Tatum, that's why in life you got to be very strategic, right? Because Jason Tatum seems like a nice guy. I don't know him, right? You don't hear nothing bad about him, right? Off the court or on the court. Very likable guy. But certain decisions, now people can give you the side eye. Why you come back? Are you trying to bandwagon a second championship? Like, are you a little jealous of Jaylen Brown? Because now he's in the spotlight? Because nobody's seen the Celtics being as good. So like I said, I haven't heard anybody ask that question. And I would love for someone to ask Jason Tatum that question. Do you come back? Not even if they end up playing. Do you come back if Jaylen Brown wasn't playing as well and your team was a 6 seed, 7 seed? And they was just in the middle of the pack. Does Jason Tatum still come back? I don't think so. I think he's seen the opportunity. That's why right now I'm calling him very selfish. He's seen the opportunity because there was no reason for him to come back. But now that you hearing talks and rumblings, y'all the 2 seed, right? It's like, oh shit, we get to the finals or win the finals. I think that's why he came back. And it's not fair because you're not going to contribute. You're not healthy. You're just not. And there's no way in the world you're going to tell me an injury like that, you're going to be fully healthy in 3 months. No. You're not going to have that explosiveness and the confidence and the toughness and just also to be free-minded. That's going to be in the back of your mind. Every time you shoot, every time you go to make a move. So especially in the playoffs, so I just feel like I think this is going to bite them in the you know what. Listen, no straight. Any Celtics fan, they're going to disagree. But listen, why would we not listen to what T-Mac says? He's had many injuries. He knows what that is. And he knows to come back now. Come on, man. Come on, no.
But even as a 2 seed, nobody had them winning the championship.
I disagree. People have spoken about them getting to the finals. Yes. It may sound crazy.
Right, but getting to the finals is one thing. We're up and down. Detroit is inexperienced. So those are the only two teams you can see beating out the Celtics. But in the finals, people do not see a 7-game series being had by the Celtics versus the Nuggets versus even Minnesota, who they just played, or definitely not OKC. They don't see a 7-game series for them to win. So it's almost like that would be even more impossible without Jason Tatum. But now that he's back, you do have that guy in there, and 75% of Jason Tatum is better than nothing.
I disagree. I think certain players, if they're not 95 to 100%, it hurts the team. It's a detriment to the team. And I disagree with what you just said. Once you're in the finals, anything can happen. The opposing team could get injured. Look what happened with Halliburton. Nobody gave Indiana a chance. So I just feel once you're in the finals, it's a new season. Anything can happen, right? Nobody thought Detroit would beat the Lakers. Nobody thought Chauncey Billups and them had a shot. I know, but I'm just saying, 95% of the world put their money on the Lakers, and they beat them 4-1, beat them 4 straight, right? So I can't say if Boston gets to the finals, they don't have a chance. You always have a fighter's chance, a puncher's chance. Indiana proved that. That's why with our Knicks, if we get to the finals, I'm not scared of nobody because it's a new season. But I just think Tatum is making a very bad mistake. And to me, if Tatum doesn't come back, Boston is the definition of playing with house money. If Tatum doesn't come back, Boston couldn't do no wrong, Fabian. Whether they lost in the first round or lost in the finals or what, no matter what, they were playing with house money. Now that Tatum is back, there's no excuses. There's none. Like y'all said, if he's 75, I just see somebody say in the chat, 75, 80% of Jason Tatum is better than 90% of the league. Okay, so you know what we expecting now? You a 2 seed. You have a legit MVP candidate. You have a championship head coach. Y'all are former champions. So you know what that means? The pressure, it rises now. So we don't want to hear no excuses from Celtics fans if you get your ass kicked. I don't want to hear nothing. So I just think all that plays a part. And I think Tatum didn't think this thing out all the way through. And I think low-key, he's probably regretting it because there was no need to come back.
Well, speaking of Celtics fans, #1 Celtics fan on AllBall TV, no strays thinking for your $4.99. T-Wolves got their first win in Boston in 7,686 days. That's 21 years. Knicks' last ring was 31 years before that.
Yo, no strays. I'll fuck with you, man. You's hilarious, man. Boston and Detroit, I pray we meet them in the playoffs because I love their fan base because they just like us. They tell a joke, they know how to take a joke, and they diehard fans. No strays. Go to hell in a good way. Yeah.
He thanks us for our concern, and they'll be okay. He also said this: AllBall, that's nice and all. Tatum not talking. All this nice Tatum talk not fooling us. OG. LMA is still not going to reply to your DMs.
I like LMA too, but nah, man. Listen, when people's married, when people look happily married, I show nothing but love and respect.
They're not married.
They ain't get married? Well, they had a kid, right?
Yeah. Oh, they got a Dominican marriage. Yeah, they got a Dominican marriage.
So they got married.
Hold on, I don't know if y'all consider that marriage.
What's a Dominican? What's a Dominican marriage?
We had a baby. That's our marriage.
This dude here is insane. It
might be a Caribbean thing, to be honest. They ain't playing with y'all. Hey, I'm gonna try to convince the bros. That's true. That's true, JMNYC. You gotta live with her at least. But technically, even if you got more than one, Dominicans are known to be married to more than one. Yo,
read the super chat, man. JMNYC, you got this nigga started. Lord have mercy.
The youngest in charge to give you a $4.99. He has to play. That wasn't his decision. The team was sold for $6 billion. New owners want return on investment.
Was it 10 billion or 6?
It might have been 6 because it was before the Lakers.
Oh, the Lakers was 10 billion. Excuse
Yep.
me. Right. Yeah. What is it? I don't know how to say it. The
youngest in charge.
The youngest in charge. I mean,
know,
it's a great point. The owners is going, we don't give a fuck about none of that. Paid you that money. We got to sell this shit out.
I'm down with the conspiracy theory. I have another conspiracy theory. The youngest in charge. I know you heard me say it before. Like for the Clippers to allow Kawhi to control his load management, they like it because if he would have just try to play 80 games every year, he would have been flamed out. He would have got hurt. Like that's how I think about it. And then you don't get to put his face on the side of the stadium and on those tickets and on the website until now. You might have another 2-3 years of Kawhi on that, unless you know that those scam that they had going on falls through. Same thing with Steph Curry. Remember, Steph Curry said, "You think I don't want to play? They're benching me. They calling me up from it's an upstairs call. I'm not even making the call. They're telling me to sit down." Oh yeah, but why would they do that? That's not the coach.
Right.
So the medical staff and the president and understand that they all teaming up to say you sitting down. That's Steph Curry, bro. He made Under Armour go another level. So what you think he did for the Warriors? They're trying to sell tickets. So to your point,
but
I would agree with that. But you don't want to take that risk for Jason Tatum, bro. If he pops that Achilles again, that return on investment, that's out of here, old boy.
Yeah. And just my last point on this, for the Boston Celtics to be, one of the best organizations in sports history, y'all gonna sell out. Your fans is gonna cheer for you. They're gonna, So I don't think Tatum had to come back this season. I'm sorry. And the Celtics were doing so good this season without him, and with Jaylen Brown ascending, being an MVP candidate, Boston was still exciting to watch. I think management and the owners, big mistake. And like I said, now the pressure is on. Before y'all was playing with house money. Now, looking for a championship. No excuses.
K Dot says, great to see you guys online. What up, Fade? What up, old boy? K Dot, what up, brother? Always showing love. Again, the Cash App, top left corner, right above us. Say that.
Yes, y'all see the Cash App. What's that? ABTV3?
ABTV3
right.
On the Cash App. AllBall TV _ on the Instagram. Let us know. Just we gotta be honest. Cash App pays out better than YouTube. So if you got super chats, you can send it there. We'll even I gotta get the other joint so I could read them out loud. Because sometimes they send messages on there, and I could post them on there. So a lot of you guys, I figured out when I said yesterday when we try to accept it, it was linked to the old Cash App. So now I got everything on this with the ABTV3. We'll definitely be reading your comments out from there too, because you guys showing nothing but love and support. And we just trying to figure a way to give it back because we're gonna retire all ball. And now you hear Flea coming flying in like Sting. He wants a retirement fund now as well. Which
we all need the retirement funds.
But definitely because we got this passion for it all, ball.
Yeah. Listen, we be back up here 8:00 for Knicks rehab, and depending on the fourth quarter, Lakers Detroit, we may switch to that if it's a nail biter. If it's a blowout, we ain't paying no mind. But we will be back up here 8:00 tonight for Knicks rehab. We got some great topics, some great content to talk about our Knicks. And like I said, depending on the fourth quarter, y'all know how I do. We'll stay on and call Lakers Detroit, depending on the score in the fourth quarter. But please support all platforms. Cash App, ABTV3, the new Instagram page. Please, we need y'all to follow that page. We need all this engagement also over there. AllBall TV 3_. And Fabian, if you could just put back up that link for the interview with me on the channel. Did you do the collab yet?
Yeah, we collab. So you're gonna see it here.
Oh, so it's collabed on our channel.
Yep. So you're gonna see it on our channel. So you can watch the
So
video, run the lights up, subscriptions up for Voice of the Valley, show them how we do. Same thing. I'm gonna fight these guys, man. I'm gonna see if I could jump on at 7, start watching that Detroit game, because that's must-see TV to me. We got Detroit maybe losing the game while the Knicks got the best defense in the league and the Celtics are starting to drop. I'm gonna be tuned in. So
Real quick, Fabian, I'm on an all ball page. I don't see the Voice of the Valley interview.
I don't know how it works, but when you click on it, you see that it's a collab.
Oh,
Like
you gotta click on theirs.
Yeah, so no. When you click on Lash, I'm gonna send you the video. Right? And when you click on it, you'll see it says, it has both channels on there. Because remember, for those of you guys that don't know, anybody who created the video, when you collab with somebody, you're the owner of the video. So you get, all the monetary results that come from that. So it's on there. Voice of the Valley collaboration with AllBall TV. AllBall was on there.
All right, I see it. Yeah, it's the double, right.
Dropping some gems on there. And of course, we shall be back. AllBall's planning for 8. I'm planning for 7. See if I can watch that game from the beginning. Putting pressure on him. Putting pressure on Flea. K-Dot, of course. He said, I saw it, left the comment. I saw it as a collab. Thanks, K-Dot, for the confirmation. Trying to doubt me. You heard him, K-Dot? How dare he? How dare he?
Y'all, yeah, run those numbers up. But not only that, it's a great interview. It's a great interview. Y'all gonna love it. It was super dope. Yeah, man. Voice of the Valley, your man AllBall TV up there representing for the family, man. Yeah. So please run those numbers up on that. Show some love. Get in the comment section. Curse me out. Show love. Do whatever it is you got to do. But yeah, man, get them comment sections and run those numbers up on that. The collab is on.
And the youngest in charge, thank you, man. He said, I'm a cash app, y'all. Definitely. We shall be back very soon.
See y'all in a couple hours.
Patience, man. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.